Hi, I'm Matt. Welcome to Disney Planning Insights. Through creative content and live shows, we explain the hidden details of the Disney experience so that our clients can execute memorable adventures. Together with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, we have helped hundreds of clients plan, book, and prepare for magical Disney vacations. Let our experience help you avoid common planning mistakes and maximize the enjoyment on your next Disney trip. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Matt with the DPI podcast. A little weird because you're going to see me on a Friday this week. Just because our Tuesday show, we needed to keep it within a set time period, and with the Disneyland recap and all that. A news segment just didn't work out. So I wanted to make sure that we got a new segment out to you this week because we missed it last week. We missed it this week. I didn't need to have 3 weeks of news next week for you guys. So we're going to kind of rapid fire through the news, and hopefully I can get this up to you guys by about noon on Friday, and we'll have some fun there. Real quick before we get into the news, a couple of new things on the channel. You're going to see the podcast versions of all of our episodes now, just audio only, are going to be up on the YouTube channel as well. You can check out the Disney Planning Insights podcast playlist for that. You can also check out some of the new stuff that we have coming from Disneyland. So we've got an anamorphic look of World of Color 1. We've got Mickey's Mix Magic from just one of our cell phone cameras that turned out really nice. We've got that up as well. We have Big Thunder Mountain coming up this week. We've got another look at World of Color 1 coming up, working on the Magic Happens Parade, that kind of stuff. So lots of things going on the channel. So definitely want to check all those things out if you are a fan of Disney and Disneyland. So let's go ahead and let's get into the news. New solo timer. It's going to give me a timer. I don't need a timer. 15 minutes probably isn't going to be enough. All right, so we got 15 minutes, fun. So we're going to start with March the 5th. We've got Disney CEO Bob Iger says that the company could build 7 new full lands at its theme parks. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this is kind of a crapshoot when it comes to that $60 billion investment that they're talking about over the theme parks. Now, we do have D23 coming up, and we are going to talk a lot about that here in a little bit, but just for me, it just says we're throwing things out there now, things that we know are coming. We know that there's going to be a new land at Disneyland Paris. They've talked about 2 lands there for a long time. Frozen Land is being built right now. They still got room for that second land. We know that the Disneyland Forward project is happening, and Pandora is more than likely getting its own land out there. Avatar getting its own land out there. There's 2. 5 more lands. I really think you see 3 or 4 of them at Walt Disney World, and we'll talk a little bit more of that as we get into our D23 conversation. But yeah, Iger came out and said 7 more lands. Big week for Disney Cruise Lines. We got the 2025 cruise schedule release. We got notice that Marvel Day at Sea was going to return in 2025. We also got information about the new ship, the Disney Destiny. The Disney Destiny is going to have a heroes and villains theme, and its introduction was very comic booky. Very cool. Minnie in a cape on the bow art. So it's going to be a cool ship. It's going to start setting sail in 2025. This is probably going to be later 2025 because they just set the key piece this week. So, and that was a huge deal. So, you've got the Wish, which is coming up on a year old now. You've got the Adventure coming. You've got the Treasure coming, and you've got the Destiny coming. Wow, I can't talk right now. So a lot going on Disney Cruise Lines. Definitely stay tuned to the DPI Facebook page for more information on Disney Cruise Lines and some of the events we've got coming up in concerns to the Disney Cruise Line as well. Big news on the dining reservation front. So if you are a planner or you like to go to Disney, you know the deal of booking your dining reservations. Well, now Disney has given you the ability to look at multiple days and times over multiple days now. So it's really, really nice to be able to go into your reservation, set up a new dining reservation, and look at it. Hey, what days do I feel like I can get to Disney Springs during my trip? And look at the availability on those days instead of doing it day by day. Really makes it nice. So this is going to be really, really cool. This came out on March the 7th. It actually has already rolled out and looks really nice. So I'm excited to use it. We've got a couple of trips coming up that we're going to hit dining reservations here real soon. So, no, really excited to use that when we get to that point. Over at Disneyland France, Disneyland Paris, Auberge de Cendrillon is marked as open until 8 p.m. starting March the 30th. Auberge de Cendrillon is kind of like their royal table. Really high-end dining atmosphere. You get princesses. You get some fun characters too. We saw Perla there. And Susie. So really, really nice restaurant. Has been running breakfast and lunch. Looks like they're bringing back their dinner service starting on the 30th. So if you are one of our overseas subscribers or going to Disneyland Paris here in the near future, definitely check that out for a dinner. Food there, absolutely fantastic. One of our favorite meals when we went over there last year. I complained about Radiator Springs Racers for a little while, and then March the 13th, Disneyland Resort released new concept art for Pixar Pals Playtime Party coming to Fantasyland Theater and Disneyland Park during Pixar Fest, April 26th from August 4th. Party includes high energy show, interactive games, photo locations, and activities. So this is a show. The Fantasyland Theater is kind of back in the Alice in Wonderland-ish area. And it's a neat little theater. I mean, there's a lot of neat little areas at Disneyland, and we'll talk a little bit more of that as we get more into our conversations about Disneyland over the next few weeks. Our trip last week was fantastic. And I can't wait to share more about it. It was one of those trips that we're going to talk about for a long time because it was so cool. Full cruise line 2025 summer release. H2O Glow After Hours event returns to Disney's Typhoon Lagoon in May. This is a cool, additional ticket after hours event where they do a lot of neon, blacklight, glowing things around the water park at Typhoon Lagoon. So this kind of coincides with the reopening of Typhoon Lagoon and the closing of Blizzard Beach and that kind of do-si-do that they do throughout the year. But 18 events from May 25th to August 31st. Varies by date, ranges between $75 and $85. $15 annual pass and DVC member discounts available. Let's see. So Fridays and Saturdays are most of the dates. So the 25th, June the 1st, June the 8th, June the 14th, June 22nd, June 28th, July 5th. So just mostly Fridays and Saturdays. They sprinkle in a couple of Tuesdays. Tuesday, July 16th, Tuesday, July 30th. So July's got quite a few dates. And the Tuesday dates are a little bit cheaper, and the earlier dates are a little bit cheaper. So the $75 goes through about the end of June, and then the $85 rate kicks in. So lots to do, lots to see. That's a fun event. That might be something that we actually look at adding to our trip that we've got coming up. That's actually a fun idea. Disneyland Resort shared new concept art for the upcoming Better Together, a Pixar Pals celebration parade coming to Disneyland California Adventure Park during Pixar Fest, April 26th to August 4th. New show new art shows Joe Gardner, Luca, and more. So a couple of parade floats in the concept art. So this is going to be at DCA, so it shouldn't preempt the Magic Happens parade, which is the best parade on Disney property right now, until we see the night parade at Hong Kong. So Disney World announced new ticket deal, spring summer, 4-day, 4-park, $396 ticket, $99 a day, April 2nd through September 22nd. 1 day at each of the 4 parks, no park reservation needed. And then they have a 3-day, 3-park for $267, which is $89 a day. This gets you into Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom, but no Magic Kingdom, no park reservations required there. Disneyland Forward keeps moving forward late Monday night. This would have been March the 11th. Anaheim City Planning Commission voted 5-1 to approve sending Disney's plan to the full City Council for a vote expected to take place on April 16th. So next month we'll kind of know if the City Council approves the Disneyland Forward project and kind of all the little funding obligations that they have tied up in this project. So interesting to see there. Earlier this year, Disney Resort confirmed the new entry gates will be installed at their theme parks this year. Test entry gate was recently installed at Disney California Adventure Park. Testing begins this was on March 11th. We did not go through the new gates while we were there, but these gates are very close to the gates that they have in Paris, with one key difference. The screen that you see on these gates at California Adventure are actually turned in Paris. So you scan in, and then the cast member kind of does everything on the screen. At DCA, you're going to do everything on the screen. So you're going to scan in either with your card or your Magic Band or your phone, and then it's going to take a picture of you, confirm the picture, and then you can go through the glass gates. Pretty cool. It's going to use that face biometric technology just to confirm that the right person is scanning in, and then you go into the park. It's going to reduce the number of cast members that they have at the gates, which kind of makes the experience a little bit better. It also moves a little bit cleaner because you're not kind of waiting for the cast member to take the picture every time or confirming the picture, that kind of thing. Shanghai Disney Resort says new attraction is in preliminary planning stages, and the initial preparation for work construction recently started in the area adjacent to Zootopia Land. Attraction will be separately themed and not an expansion of Zootopia Land. So, new attraction at Shanghai Disney. They're working on it. It's not going to be an expansion of Zootopia. On March 5th, Iger discussed Avatar Experience he announced last year, planned for Disneyland Resort. Today, he indicated it would be a land. Avatar-based land, Pandora in Florida. We're going to put the second one in California. Disney Vacation Club announces 5-night member cruise on the Disney Dream, August 2nd, 2025. This has kind of been in limbo for a little while. It's nice to have a full announcement on this now. Starts at Fort Lauderdale. You have a day at sea, Cozumel, day at sea, Castaway Cay, and then back to Fort Lauderdale. So it's just going to Cozumel, Castaway Cay, and that's it. Typhoon Lagoon Water Park reopens. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Disney has revealed 2 shops in Critter Country that are set to be reimagined with themes inspired by Princesses and the Frog. This is interesting because, okay, so you have Splash Mountain that's getting rethemed into Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Okay, no problem there. They are going to close Critter Country temporarily in Disneyland starting May the 1st. They are retheming a few shops. It sounds like the restaurant there, Brother Bear, is going to keep its theming, or Hungry Bear is going to keep its theming, but you're going to get an expansion of this. Now this is really cool because I think Tiana's Bayou Adventure is a really cool transition from New Orleans Square into the Critter Country area. It's a really cool, easy transition. So once this is done, it's going to be not out of place. It's really gonna fit in well with the rest of the area. So you have this reimagination being done. You have the expansion of the Haunted Mansion queue that's being done in that area. Right now, that area is an absolute mess to try and get through. And then you're going to have this closure for the reimagining of the shops and that kind of stuff. So just be prepared. Critter Country is going to be a mess, probably through the summer, probably till close to the end of the year when Bayou Adventure reopens. D23. Okay. D23 details announced. So I was talking with another one of our sources on Twitter a few days ago, and there was a big stink from a lot of people about they had announced the sale date for D23 tickets, but we didn't have a whole lot of information. Now, I don't know if D23 is going to be something in our cards this year for the podcast, but definitely something that we would look at, covering in a wide facet variety, whether we're live streaming on the show or whether we're doing a podcast shortly after, like the day after each event, having a Saturday, Sunday, Monday podcast to kind of recap what's going on at D23, because I have a feeling that this is going to be a big D23, and it kind of confirmed it with ticket pricing. So you've got a lot of things going on right now. So this event, in all reality, goes from August the 4th through August the 10th. And before you're like, whoa, 6 days, what's going on? It does this, August 11th, sorry, 6 days. Because they're doing a D23 game, or D23 day at Angel Stadium on August the 4th, which is a Sunday, where they're going to have a special edition Mickey bobblehead in an Angels uniform, yada, 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 at the game. Cool. Thursday, August 8th, D23 day at Disneyland Resort. Basically going to close the parks down. D23, get into the parks. I would say you're going to have lighter wait times. I think it's still going to be really, really busy, and they're probably going to run a limited ride opening schedule. So be on the lookout for that. Then they're talking the largest and most expansive show floor in D23 history. They're going to do a car show of spectacular cars throughout Disney history. Industrial Light and Magic is bringing in a show floor demo, which in the pictures it looks like it's going to be a mock-up of the loom that they use for when they were filming The Mandalorian. Looks awesome. Expanded shopping experiences. It can't be any smaller than it was at Walt Disney World last year. You had 3 shops, basically. It expanded is a low bar to get over. Fantastic prize sweepstakes, the biggest sweepstakes in Disney history. Of course it is. Because you're going to have 17,000, you're going to have seating for 17,000 at the Honda Center. And that's going to be the thing. Okay, Honda Center. So not all the events are happening at the Anaheim Convention Center this year. The Honda Center is going to have 3 major events that you're going to need tickets for. The first is going to be the Disney Entertainment Showcase. This is your film studios, your television, your streaming service, your live stage shows. This is kind of the Disney showcase of what's coming on, or what's coming out, and what's going on, and that kind of stuff. So, in the Entertainment Showcase last year, we saw the extended sizzle reel for Wish, which was really cool. So this is going to be Friday, August 9th at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. It's all going to be live streamed, it sounds like. Saturday, the big one, Disney Experience Showcase. This is your parks. This is your cruise lines. This is all that kind of stuff. And they're already saying you won't want to miss it. We are expecting huge announcements for Walt Disney World. We're expecting huge announcements for Disneyland Paris. We're expecting huge announcements for Disneyland. I feel like there's going to be a lot going on in this panel. this is going to be the one where all the news comes out of. So we are either going to live stream this one, and it's going to be a late live stream. It starts at 10 p.m. It's either going to be a late live stream where we've got it up and we are kind of commentating as they're doing things, or we're going to do a recap show the next day for you guys to kind of get our views on what went on. Either way, I'm watching it live, so we'll figure it out. More than likely, I'll just live stream the whole thing, and we'll kind of go from there. Sunday, the 11th, is the Disney Legends ceremony at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Lots of big names. Angela Bassett, James Cameron, Jamie Lee Curtis, Miley Cyrus, Harrison Ford, Frank Oz, Kelly Ripa, Joe Rohde, John Williams. Huge, huge names in Disney's past are going to be there for the Disney Legends ceremony. All right, so tickets. Tickets, you say, what are tickets? How much are tickets going to be? They are a lot. So for a one-day pass, for you to get just a ticket to the event, the night event, and it gives you access to the day events at the convention center as well. Gold members, $79 a day. General members, $89 a day. Starting. And I emphasize starting because the next ones are going to make a little bit more sense. The 3-day pass, general members, $259, gold members, $209. This is for upper level seating at the Honda Center only, 400 level seating. As you get closer to the stage, and they didn't even put on like the initial release, they didn't even put the preferred seating, starting at $999 a ticket. This is going to be for the back part of the floor. So basically where the general seating was in the Contemporary Convention Center, this is the starting price for the preferred seating at Anaheim at the Honda Center. Tickets for this event go up to $2,600 for a 3-day pass for preferred seating in the first few rows. It's insanity. $2,600 to go watch somebody talk about what's coming up with a company. Again, we're talking about where they're getting their dollars from, and it kind of sucks. But lots coming on with D23. Stay tuned with us. We are going to have a speculation show before the event. We'll stay up on all the news, all the rumors, everything like that as we get closer to the event in August. If you're a Lorcana fan, lots of stuff going on with Lorcana. Inklings released last month. A lot of people getting into Inklings and that addition of the location mechanism. It's been out a week, 2 weeks to major retailers now. We get the announcement for the 4th set of Disney Lorcana, Ursula's Return, will be hitting hobby stores on May the 17th and major retailers on May the 31st. Draws on a lot of the older art. I feel like in like the deck boxes and the card sleeves and that kind of stuff. I'm really interested to see like as they release the enchanted cards and that kind. If there's anything that's going to be a huge change in dynamic for the set right now. Disney Destiny, we talked a little bit about that. Heroes and Villains. And that's really the news. Like I said, lots of news. Touched on it really fast. Go over to our Twitter page at Disney Insights if you want to check out any of the reposts that we did with the information, get a little bit more detailed into the information. And always, if you're seeing things at the parks, let us know. We can figure out what's going on and let you know back. So thank you guys all for checking out this short news segment. I say short, it's going to run about 25 minutes. But if you do have any questions, definitely hit me up in the comments, and always hit that like, subscribe, and share button for me. Thank you much for everything that you guys do. You have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you on Tuesday. Bye now. No guest, just me. It was a news segment. No Peter. He'll be back on Tuesday, I believe. And we will get into another news segment, top 3, and all that fun stuff. If you are looking for us on social media, you can find us a lot of different places. The easiest is going to be over on Facebook at DPI Podcast for the show page, at PATM Disney Travel for the travel page. Over on Twitter, it's at Disney Insights, and we have Instagram at Princesses of the Mouse, and YouTube, the Disney Planning Insights Podcast. Check them all out.